real nigga's that? What a real nigga's that? What a real nigga's that? What up, chat? What up, chat? How we done? How we done? Got a little bit of a mix for you today. The Celtics with a comeback win, baby. Let's go. The Red Sox finally get a win today. Finally. And scrappy win from the White Sox today. You know what I'm saying? Wait, did you guys win?
The White Sox did not win.
No, we lost.
You guys won yesterday. I'm sorry, my bad.
No, we lost yesterday.
They lost yesterday too.
You guys lost the last time I was on the game. You guys won. You guys were winning.
Yeah, we were winning today too.
Wow. Oh, sorry, Chad. Shit, I thought they won today, man. That's crazy. But yeah, I mean, got some star-studded stuff for you guys. But, we also, we got the Marlins game today. I know Smokey's got a lot to say about that. It was a decent day. More so a decent day for them than it was for us. I will at least be completely transparent on that. For sure. But anyways, man, how you guys doing? How we doing?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Just got back from church a few hours ago. Not bad.
Yes, sir. Shout out to anybody, for anyone fasting. Me and Spoke are fasting. So you guys already know. It's not easy. No oil, no dairy. No oil, no dairy. You can eat fish, but you can't eat chicken, beef, anything else. Nothing. Yeah. So we are going hard with that, but yeah, man, let's just get right into it, man. The Red Sox played the Brewers today, man, and it was a nail-biting win for sure. I feel like we definitely probably could have played a better game today. I just crochet is crochet, right? I mean, we really don't have to go into too much depth.
You just expect him to do his job.
You expect him to do his job because he always does his job, right? And the biggest thing for me today was that crochet is crochet. He does what he does best, bro. He gives us a chance to win every single time he goes out there. And
For sure.
I think the biggest thing that we could take away from this game is that the Bats showed up enough to win the game today. That was really the biggest thing for me, where I felt like, Trevor Story had a 2 RBI double. We had a 3-game skid, and a lot of the stuff that was going on, at least I felt like in the lineup, was not good at all. And, looking at the box score and everything else, that's ultimately the play that won the game. Trevor Story with a 2-run double in the 6th as the Red Sox overcame 11 strikeouts, which insane. I know that Mizorowski had a busy day himself today. He was wheeling and dealing, but Crochet was able to outlast him, who struck out 10 before running into trouble in the 6th inning. Mizorowski struck out 5 batters and didn't allow a hit until Wilson Contreras, obviously, who's been awesome for us. Shout out to Wilson Contreras for sure. Like that's a guy that, honestly, he's been the most consistent player at the plate so far. And I think, this was a big win for us today. And, Roman Anthony had a horrible day today. He had a really bad day today.
Sophomore slump, perchance?
Yeah. I unfortunately,
I agree, unfortunately.
I think that's what we might be seeing.
It's still early. It's just like
it's early, but now looking into
sophomore slumps are more frequent in baseball than any other sport.
Football, that's the only one. That's the only one I'd argue. But other than that, your second year is always the hardest.
For sure.
It's not really the case in hockey and basketball, to be honest with you. It's so different as far as nuance from baseball and football in that sense. But I think, Milwaukee, obviously the Bats didn't show up today because Crochet didn't allow them to. And that's why we signed Ranger Suarez and traded for Sonny Gray. And we made all these moves with the pitching staff, because I don't understand how Crochet can go out here and he could do this, but
no one else can.
No one else can seemingly right now be able to do that. So I don't know if it's an attention to detail thing. I know that our pitching coach is Andrew Bailey. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken. He's been awesome, obviously, over the last couple of years with what he's had. And Bayo looks terrible right now, dude.
I hate to say it, because I hate to agree, because I used to be a Bayo fan, and I'm not even a Sox fan. but it just sucks to see him go down to like a possible 4 or a 5. Everyone thought he'd be a 2
Yep.
because of his stuff, but now it's just not looking good.
Aroldis Chapman picked up his third save with a scoreless ninth, as per usual. The two guys we expected to show up showed up today. More so three, because Trevor Story finally came out of that terrible fucking slump he had for sure. And I think, obviously with Andrew Bailey, anything's possible with this pitching staff. But as far as the Red Sox so far, I mean, I'm gonna sort of flip to you guys to see how you guys feel. Just in general, how do you guys feel so far about how the Red Sox have played, and I guess also the Brewers? I mean, the Brewers have played excellent too. So I guess just give me a spiel on both on how you guys feel about how the Brewers have a hot start and the Red Sox slow start so far. We'll start with you, Spoke.
All right, perfect. So the Brewers right now, 90-win team last season, so you expect them to be raking up the runs and bats being hot. So that's one thing. The other thing is Jacob Mizorowski, an excellent pitcher for me, possibly an NL Cy Young winner or at least a candidate. But the Red Sox case, it's still early. It's still early, but you could see by the way they've been playing, you're like, ah, shit, this isn't gonna work out. For example, look at Roman Anthony's defense. People are like, they're calling him Ramen Anthony. That's pretty crazy if you ask me.
Yeah.
No disrespect to him. I'm a huge Roman Anthony fan as well.
Yeah.
But if he's gonna have an arm that's just like Juan Soto's, then it's not gonna be good.
Yeah.
It just won't be good. But I feel like his back can make up for it. And I believe in sophomore slumps, especially in baseball. So I'm not worried about Roman Anthony. And then I feel like Jaron Duran's also been extremely underwhelming to start the season. It might just be me, but there's been a lot of swing and miss in his game lately.
Yeah, he's been okay. It's really
He's been okay, but as the face of as the possible face of the franchise, I feel like he should be doing much better.
I feel like he's been fine. He's moved around a lot to start the year, dude. Just because of
sure.
just because of Anthony, and he should be where Anthony is. To be honest with you, I just think right now Anthony needs to just find his bat too, because him worrying about defense,
he's been striking a lot recently.
Yes, and I think his best situation was when we DH'd him last year. Those were the best situations when he was the DH. All he had to worry about was hitting the baseball when he was healthy. I feel like that was the best. And right now, as you can see, we're at the bottom of the division already. Put ourselves in a hole 5.5 games back, and the Yankees are off to a hot start.
Yeah, they're gonna fall off.
They're a great regular season team. You expect them to be where they are, and the Orioles are right where we expected them to be.
Yeah, the Rays are surprising.
The Blue Jays, man. I mean, both of us got to pick it up. I know Ben; he's obviously backstage here. He's not he's obviously our show producer. So, but we'll get more into the depths on the Blue Jays in the next episode we do for that. So, the Blue Jays and the Red Sox are two teams that they should not be where they are. The Rays should be last.
Absolutely.
And obviously, you would think that the Yankees and the Orioles would be fighting for that. Obviously, that third spot and the fourth spot, back and forth. But right now, I mean,
I think I have a good explanation to why the Rays are up there, and I really believe in Shane McCallahan. I think his presence being there is fixing the team, and at the deadline for sure they're selling, but as of right now, his presence is 100% fixing this team, despite them getting shit on today.
I mean, they're right now. You just look at it; they're also 5th in batting average and 5th in on base percentage and 7th in slugging percentage. The bats are working. I mean, when you're playing like that, they're tied for 5th in runs, pitching. They're 7th in BAA, 5th in WHIP. 6th.
Look at their quality starts. That's a huge thing. That's huge quality starts.
Right. And obviously we've only played 10 games so far. Or, well, I lied. I'm sorry. We've only played, right? We only played 10 games so far. Yeah, so we've only played 10, or some teams have played 11. But, I mean, Yandy Diaz leading the team in RBIs, Jonathan Aranda leading the team in home runs, Chandler Simpson leading in batting average. Those are about the guys you would expect to be playing well on this Rays roster.
For sure.
To be honest,
and then the pitching, and then you go to the pitching side, you have McCallahan dealing like he's been back, and it's great to see him back after multiple Tommy John injuries. So it's just great to see this this Rays team somewhat produce with what they have.
And Steven Matz, 2 wins. I mean, you gotta give it up to him. After how he played last year for us, you gotta give it up to Steven Matz.
For sure.
For sure. I mean, he's played decently well. 8 hits over 11 innings, 10 strikeouts. He hasn't been too crazy, but his K9's at 8.2. So he's obviously played well enough. And I think, his whip is a 1. And obviously, we don't really take ERA at face value like that. So
Here, absolutely
not really here on at the Bay State Media here. So I'm not really concerned about the 4.09 ERA when your K9's 8.2. You know what I mean? So I don't really care about that. But as far as I guess, Tyler, I guess looking on the side here, you're also kind of in a weird position as far as where your team is. But in comparison to what your team's doing, I guess, too, as well, how do you feel about the Brewers and the Red Sox right now?
Yeah, I mean, for the Red Sox, like Spoke said, it's still early, not even 2 weeks into the season, so there's plenty of time to get things right. But it's definitely not the start that you, would hope to get off to for a team like Boston. You guys, I think, had higher expectations than starting off 3-8. So, but once again, plenty of time to get things right. And I think you guys will. For Milwaukee, I unfortunately had to see it the first series of the year. They're a very pesky team. They foul off a lot of pitches. And I mean, I was just looking at the stats. They have 70 runs and only have given up 41. And while run differential may not be the biggest thing, the fact that they're already nearly 30 runs more than they've let up, that shows that they're hitting on all cylinders: offense, defense, pitching. So, I mean, through not even 2 weeks, but so far they look like they're going to be one of the best teams in the league once again, which they always seem to be. And their managers.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, you make a great point, right? Like, this is a team that won 90 games last year. This is a team that, it wasn't going to be an easy series to win, but I think we gave up more of a fight today. There was more of a fight today because Crochet went out there and gave us a chance. So that's it. That's it as far as the Red Sox game. I mean, we just need to play better from here on out. Right now, our next upcoming games, I mean, we have the Brewers next, obviously, as far as
I think you got St. Louis next.
Yeah, and then after that, it's the Cardinals. So, I mean, we play at 1:35 tomorrow. So, I hope that we go out there and, we do what we're supposed to do and we handle what we're supposed to handle, because that's a team if we want to get bounced back and really they're playing decently well right now, the Cardinals. So that's a team that we want to bounce back against. Is playing decently well. A team that, obviously, if the year started and you looked at the beginning of the schedule to start the year, you would have obviously sat here and said, this is the team that obviously we should sweep. So that should be the goal when we go out here. But as far as the next here, we're going to dive right into this game. Tyler, let's talk about the Orioles versus the White Sox, okay? Tell us a little bit about this game, what happened today, and I'll pull up the box score.
Yeah, I mean, so I'll talk about the positives to start. Shane Smith was much better today than he was in his first 2 starts. I'm sure Spoke knows he was dog shit against Miami, and even against Milwaukee he was bad.
Right.
Yeah. Today, he gave up 5 walks, but he had 8 strikeouts. He only went
5 walks?
Yeah, 5 walks, so it's not like it was the best, but he had 8 strikeouts, so it was much, much improved from he gave up no runs. He only gave up 1 hit. So it was much better from his first 2 starts.
6 or 5 innings?
Yeah.
No, how many innings? I'm asking.
3 2/3. So almost 4. So he had like 40 pitches in the second inning. So it really.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but they didn't score any runs off of him. But Gunnar Henderson has killed us so far this series. He had a home run yesterday and today. As far as the White Sox, the rest of the Orioles has pretty much just been Gunnar Henderson. These 2 games have both been really low-score games. Yesterday was 2-1. Today it was 4-2. The weather has been horrible. It's been so cold. So there's not been a lot of runs. Trevor Rogers today was really, really good for Baltimore.
Marlin legend.
Yep. As far as we go, it pains me to say it, but Edgar Caro, and he acknowledged it today to the media. He said, look, everybody knows that I suck right now, and he's my favorite player on the team. I've said it many times, but he does suck right now. He's not been good to start the year, but I still have full confidence in him to get things right. we also got horrible news today that Brooks Baldwin's going to be out the rest of the year. He was supposed to be coming back pretty soon. He had a shoulder issue, and he was supposed to be a depth piece for our outfield. Which we lost Austin Hayes yesterday, which he may be out the whole season because it looked pretty bad. Now we lost Brooks Baldwin, so that's another blow to left field. All we have is Benintendi in left field, and whoever right fielder wants to switch over to left field. So it's not looking good for our outfield. And then the last thing I would say, what happened?
Red Sox legend.
Yeah, Benintendi, yeah. Last thing I will say is a lot of White Sox fans are starting to question Will Venable. Some of his decisions with the bullpen are really, really questionable because today he brought in
I'm sorry about that. I'm laughing. It's just funny how all three of our coaches both suck with bullpen
today.
decisions.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna get into that at my point. Keep going.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm glad you brought that up too.
Chris Murphy, you guys can look up if you want to. Chris Murphy's been horrible so far. I don't see him being on this team much longer. Every time he comes and he gives up 1 run, 2 runs, like he can't do anything right. What we should have did today was bring in Grant Taylor for the 8th, and then that sets up Sir Anthony to come out for the 9th. But Chris Murphy gave up the 2-run homer to Gunnar Henderson in the 8th, gave them the lead, and I mean, that's all that really happened. Our offense has been silent over these last 3 games. Even the last game against, I don't want to go back too far, but the last game against Toronto, we've only scored 6 runs over the last 3 games. So 6 runs over 27 innings, that's not enough. So the offense.
This is his stats so far. Holy.
He's horrible. Jordan Hicks has been horrible too.
Well, I know we don't do the whole ERA thing, but like 10 is wild.
Our bullpen's pretty trash.
10 is wild. Like that, that's wow. Obviously I've watched a couple because obviously we've done podcasts, but I haven't been able to see it firsthand yet. That is crazy, man.
Right. And it's like, I'm right there with you guys. ERA isn't everything, but when it gets to a point where when it's so high, it's like, come on. Like, yeah. It gets too much. So yeah. Our bullpen's been pretty bad. Besides Grant Taylor, Sir Anthony Dominguez had 1 bad outing, but besides that, he's been pretty good. But that's all we really have. Jordan Leisure's been pretty bad. Mm-hmm. Like I said, Chris Murphy's been horrible. Jordan Hicks has been horrible. So our pitching, the starting pitchers have been a little bit better this last like go around. Besides the I don't know how to say it, but like the first 5 days they were bad, but like their second start they were much better, and then now the third start's coming through. Right. So that's got better, but the offense can't score 6 runs over 3 games. Like 1 run yesterday, 2 runs today. That's not going to win games. So,
no, not at all. No.
And even for Baltimore, I'm not too convinced that Baltimore is anything crazy yet. I mean, their record's they're 5-6, and a lot of their games have been low scoring games too. It's just their pitching's been helping them sometimes. Trevor Rogers has basically saved them in 3 games. So yeah. So 3
basically crochet for us.
Right. Yeah.
Literally. He's their crochet.
Yeah, literally, Nice.
One more thing about Baltimore. I seen today, Zach Eflin. He was going down, I think, to Texas or something to get a second opinion. He may have Tommy John surgery.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh wow!
They were talking about it on the broadcast. So, yeah.
Ronaldo Lopez just got ejected, so that's great for my fantasy.
So did Jorge Soler.
You gotta be fucking kidding me right now. That's so crazy. Anyways, what did you like from the Orioles, at least from the series, or what do you think like about the Orioles so far? I know you were high on the Orioles, so was I coming into the season.
Mm-hmm. So far, I mean, like I said, they really haven't done a ton. Like offensively, Pete Alonso hasn't really did anything. He started off really, really slow, but I think he'll get things going. He always is pretty good. Adley was really bad yesterday. He had some really bad throws to second base, trying to pick off runners that were really, really bad. He didn't play today. Gunnar Henderson has been the star of the series for them, though. He had a home run yesterday, home run today. So he's been the main reason they've been winning. So, I mean, it's pretty much been, like I said, they've only scored 6 runs over these last 2 games too, and 3 of them have came from Gunnar. So
yeah, no, he's been killing it.
Trevor Rogers.
Yeah. I mean, well, okay, so apparently. Hey, real quick before we get into, apparently there was a benches clearing brawl.
Dude, I'm crying right now. This is hilarious.
I'm trying to find.
It's on Francis Romero's Twitter.
Okay.
Ronaldo Lopez and Soler were both throwing at each other.
I want to see. Okay, I found it.
Oh,
I don't even think I'm logged into Twitter.
Wow.
That's so funny. Oh my
God. I'm going to show it here on the screen for chat. Just give me 1 second. that is fucking crazy. Anyways, yeah. Then but Spoked, while I'm finding the video. Can you just give us a little bit about how you feel about the Orioles since or in the White Sox so far? I know
Okay.
you obviously didn't really get to probably watch the game, but
No, like I said, I follow almost every game. But anyway, like proof of that, I saw the Lopez and Soler ejections. But anyway, um, I think we all had the Orioles at where they are. Zach Eflin, poor. I hope he gets better. But that offense is just clicking. Let's just watch the video before I get in depth. This is so funny.
oh shit.
This is crazy.
This nigga's already throwing 80 pitches and he gets thrown
Wait,
out.
go back. Is it
Like
me
what
or
even
is it
like
Angels?
what even happened?
I don't know, but I think he threw at him. And we all know Soler doesn't like that. Is it me or is the Angel Stadium sold out? Or am I bugging? No. Oh,
It looks like it. Yeah.
It looks
oh my
like it.
God. What the hell?
It looks like it. But
Anyway.
yeah, I mean, we don't really know. Once we find out what that's over, we'll go from there. But yeah, I mean, how do you feel about the Orioles and the White Sox so far? I suppose just so far this season.
Orioles, we all had them where they are. I mean, look at their offense. It's just Rutschman's been cooking straight up. Henderson as well. I don't know too much about Pete. I feel like he's been showing up at clutch times. But like I said, it's still early. They have to get acclimated. Pitching looks amazing. Trevor Rogers is insane. That's really it. And then the White Sox, the offense looks very dry.
I mean,
Very dry.
Chase Mydroff is playing really well. That's a
He-
guy,
I was-
like I said.
I should have.
He
said
just
something
broke
about him.
I think he just broke a RBI slump today.
Yeah, he did. So the last couple games he's played really well. I mean, he had 2 hits in his previous game today.
Just no
He-
ribbies, I believe.
2 hits in the game before. He had a hit the game before that. Against the Blue Jays, nothing. But then the game before that, against the Blue Jays, he had a hit, 2 strikeouts, but he had a hit and a run.
There was a
so that's good.
32 at bat RBI drought broken.
Yep.
Today.
And the Marlins, he had a hit. You know,
He walks a lot too.
He does.
He's a really good eye at the plate.
He has a good eye.
Yeah, he does. He's very patient at the plate. So yeah, I mean, Mydroth has been awesome.
I think he's been good. He's been very good. But that bullpen, I'm sorry to cut you off. That bullpen for the White Sox though is just awful. You can't have Sean Newcomb at all. And then you can't go after Newcomb Hicks, who just throws in the zone with velocity. Like you can't just do that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, no, absolutely.
So,
I think, bullpen obviously is an issue, but I think the young guys are stepping up. You got the bats are stepping up. I mean, Murakami's played great for them. You know what I mean? So you really look at the situation all around for the White Sox and where they ended up last year, and this is a very, very good improvement. I mean, they have the same record as the Tigers right now. Realistically, so if this White Sox team can figure out the bullpen situation. Maybe make a trade, obviously a little bit closer to the deadline, maybe depending on how it goes, unless how urgent it is. They need a guy that can just go in there to really rely on, or maybe 1 or 2. They can get a younger guy, maybe a prospect or something to build around. But I think that is obviously a dire need by deadline. If you guys are trying to make a playoff push by that time comes and you guys are overachieving, I think guys would definitely want to capitalize on that. Obviously, you wouldn't want to give up on anybody right away or give up on a young player like Mydroth or anything just to get a reliever. But I feel like if there's maybe a prospect or 2 you guys are willing to give up maybe just for a bullpen guy, who knows? It could definitely change the bullpen as a whole around. And you know how important, obviously, we all know how important pitching is in baseball. And speaking of the importance of pitching, Marlins played the Reds today. Now, it was 2 great outings from both pitchers today. Now, Mr. Spoke, I'm going to let you go on the rest because I know that you have a gripe with what went on today, which I will let you explain.
I'm very pissed off. I'm very upset, and Sandy is also feeling the same way as I am because he was pitching like he's back in his Cy Young form, and that is what we want from our ace, right? It's embarrassing that he was taken off. I feel like he should have ended the game despite giving up a double and despite walking. I feel like Sandy could have ended it. Like, look at that. 95 pitches in the ninth is insane. And he was also
Elite.
coming back.
It's
What?
a lead outing. It's an elite
And then
outing.
he was also coming back another complete game shutout. Back to back. You don't just do that.
Yeah.
And then you put in your bullpen. First of all, Pete Fairbanks is on fraternity leave, so that's our only excuse. But Sandy on with the media, he said like, I don't know why he took me out. There was a righty on deck. I would have had him. And I believe him. Sandy is just he's been like his former self these past few outings, and I really believe he's a dark horse for NL Cy Young. I really believe it because if you look at his usages, if you look at the way he pitches, if you look at the contact that he allows, it's really promising. And Sandy has just been outstanding. So props to Sandy. Clayton McCullough, though, Marlins manager. What on earth do you think you're doing by taking out someone who's been in these situations before just to completely throw the game? I swear to God, he's going to be the reason why we miss out on an amazing opportunity this season. Because just look at if you go to the Yankees game, look at his bullpen management. We could have won that series in game 2. We really could have. The comeback was mantled, and all we had to do was just throw out our best pitchers. We clearly didn't do that, and we lost game 2. We should have won game 2. It's getting to a point where I'm getting sick of it because it's been like this last year. It's been like this year. And it's getting to the point where I'm just like, what the fuck are we doing? It's common sense. Just leave Sandy in. I don't care if he gives up 1 run. He will get the shutout. He's not going to get the shutout. He's going to get the complete game, which is still impressive. It's extremely impressive, especially in a league that's been younger and that has more talent than previous years. It is absolutely disrespectful to Sandy Alcantara, and he deserves so much more respect than what he was shown today. End of statement.
Hey, man.
It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
You know, Anthony Bender didn't help by throwing a game-time wild pitch either.
So no, absolutely not.
That did not help. I mean,
and Sandy didn't even get the win if they were going to win. It would have been undecided.
Yeah.
And that's just complete bullshit.
Yeah, 2-hit shutout entering the ninth is just like, dude, I don't know how or why you even take a guy out the game like that. They wouldn't take Crochet out if he had an outing like that. They wouldn't take Scooble out if he had. They'd let them go the ninth. And I think that
they gave him the ninth too versus the Rockies. And not the versus the Rockies, sorry. The White Sox. And he got the Maddox there. And I have no idea what he was thinking to take him out. I have no idea. He doesn't know. He meaning Sandy. Marlins fans don't know. My whole group chat was fucking buzzing. It's just really bad. And it's actually really funny to me how all 4 of our managers both suck at bullpen changes, straight up.
And I can't lie. If you guys win this game and maybe you guys win one more, you guys would be leading the division. You guys would be leading the division. That's the craziest part.
I'm telling you. If we don't fire him, I'm not going to be surprised if we don't fire him, but he's 100% going to hold us back. I'm telling you.
Yeah, because I'm looking at the standings obviously here.
Jacob Marcy I think he's back after a slump. He played amazing.
You guys have the same record as Atlanta and basically Philadelphia. Philadelphia is only ahead of you because you guys have played 1 more game.
Yeah. And another thing to add, Jacob Marcy's been outstanding today. He had 2 hits. And then he had like 4 stolen bases, which you don't see a lot in 1 game.
Yep.
So I think it's absolutely disrespectful that we took Sandy out of the game. Fuck this guy, by the way. I can't stand Andrew Abbott.
I mean, he played great today. That's what I was going to get to next. I mean,
Sure,
Andrew Abbott played
but
great today. You can't really take that away from either pitcher. They both played extremely well. And I feel like, if there's anything positive to take away, if obviously on the Red side, is Andrew Abbott played great. And the Reds pitching staff was an issue last year. So the offense showed up when it was supposed to. You didn't get a lot of strikeouts from Ellie De La Cruz. You got some clutch play from the guys that you expect to get some clutch play from. So, I mean, you look at this game. And to be honest with you, like it sucks because he's been decent the last couple of years, right? Like he's been pretty good. But I feel like in bigger moments at certain times last year and the year before, he choked. That was the biggest thing with Andrew Abbott.
My opinion right now is I feel like we did great offensively versus him.
Yeah, no, yeah, and like you just said,
despite only 2 runs, I just feel like I'm sorry to cut you off, but we put his pitch count up, and we tired him out, and that's what you want that offense to do. This is the point of the Marlins. This is exactly what they do. They've been doing this all season. They've been doing this for multiple seasons. It's in their culture to put up great at bats, but like, it's just so disappointing that we just fucked that game up. And I wouldn't even call it a choke job. Our manager just choked.
Yeah.
It wasn't even our fault. Everyone did their job. Sandy did his job, and you still don't trust him.
Absolutely. Tyler.
Embarrassing.
Obviously, probably didn't watch the game, but just how do you feel about the Marlins and the Cincinnati Reds so far this season?
I mean, I haven't watched too many Reds games so far, but the fact that the Reds are 8-3, I mean, they're riding a 5-game win streak. That's definitely something to be happy about. And obviously later in the year they get Hunter Green back. So I mean, this team is, it's looking pretty good so far. I thought they were going to be like a middle of the pack team this year, maybe like 83 wins. But I mean, hey, we'll see what can happen. They're 8-3 so far. For the Marlins, Xavier Edwards, today he was 0 for 4. I was looking at the box score, but for the most part this season he's been really, really good. His average is really, really high. The Marlins were really good against us when we played them last week. Of course, Sandy Alcantara, he almost had back-to-back complete games, which is insane. He is one of the best pitchers in the NL, and I'm right there with Spoke. I think he could definitely win a Cy Young this year. So I mean, the Marlins, they're 6-5 now. Okay, they were 6-3, 6-5. No, I mean, still
5, but whatever.
Yeah, still not bad. I mean, I seen Austin Slater. I've been keeping up with him because he was with us last year.
Fuck that guy. I hope he gets DFA'd. I hope we ship him to Mars. Fuck that guy.
111 average. At bats, not good. So, yeah. Liam Hicks was good against us. I don't know if he's cooled off or not. He didn't really have any.
He is cooling off a bit, but I'm not worried. Yeah. His point is just to get ribbies, and that's exactly what he's doing. So I'm not worried. He's doing his job.
And of course, you got Owen Casey. He's really, really good. So.
Yeah. I have no idea why he's not in the starting lineup, but that's another manager fucking decision. So what can you do there?
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's how I feel about my Alex Cora right now. I think Alex Cora is going to get fired at the end of the year.
I hope we fire our fucking manager. Fuck
no matter if he doesn't win a World Series, he's getting fired. Being straight up honest with you guys. His job is in jeopardy enough at this point where I can sit here and confidently say, like, if he keeps coaching the way he's coaching all year and he did last year, and so far, Alex Cora is going to be on his way out the door at Red Sox. Just letting you know. And it's about that time. Maybe we're about 2 years overdue for that bullshit. I'll tell you that. But anyways, to move on to the last game of the night that obviously we watched at Discord together. For anybody that, if you have Discord and you're watching, go join the Discord. You can talk to us directly, okay? You can watch sports with us. You might even be able to get on a podcast, talk your shit. You know what I'm saying? Come join us on Discord. We like to do 2K runs. We do Madden runs, FC runs, all types of shit. So come join us, lock in. You know what I'm saying? But the last game of the night, I mean, ended at least on a positive note for.
Oh my God! Don't even
this squad. I like it though. I like the resilience. Okay, and
I think we played great.
I think the reason why this game was a great game for me and why I like this game was because the Hornets are a team that have something to play for right now. Like their coach is I think he's in his second year, Charles Lee, because he was an assistant coach on our staff in 2023, 2024. So this is his second season so far. So this year has really been a year for him to prove like what he can do with this roster with a new rookie who, I mean, he's coached this rookie who I don't really think anyone thought at the beginning of the year VJ Edgecombe was going to tail off the way he's tailed off, but he's tailed off tremendously. He went from being arguably rookie of the year the first month to
and then completely
just not even being in the race, plummeting. So I think a lot of that has to do with giving the ball to Tyrese Maxey. I think a lot of that has to do with Paul George coming back. I think a lot of that has to do with Embiid fluctuating in and out of the lineup. So with Colin Knippel and Cooper Flagg, it's been consistent throughout the whole entire year. Cooper Flagg is going to win it. He just scored 45 points back-to-back, had a 50-point game the other night, the youngest player to ever. He's going to win it at this point. I think even if Colin Knippel makes that 8 seed and they make the playoffs, like I can't see even just in a world where Cooper Flagg doesn't win it after what he's been doing. And he's on a worse team that's like trying to tank. And you can tell the kid is not trying to tank, but they're obviously clearly trying to tank. So for me, I think, the biggest takeaway from this game tonight was just the slow start. The slow start was the biggest thing. I didn't like the slow start. We were down 20 points in the first quarter.
We don't normally have slow starts either.
And that's the thing. We were a little lethargic tonight. It's fine. That's cool. But the second quarter was really when we woke up. The game by half was 61-55. It was a great second quarter resurgence because we were getting beat up on the glass for the whole entire first quarter, getting absolutely abused. And then you saw, obviously tonight, if you watch the game and you're a Celtics fan, Vucevic tonight, I mean, he makes a difference on both ends of the floor. He just makes a difference out there when there's a guy who can go out as a big and get his own bucket, because Cade is not really there yet, right? Like
he's still young. He's getting there.
Young, but like the thing with Cade is like he doesn't have that game where he can put the ball on the floor and post you up and score a fadeaway.
Right.
He can't really like post you up on the block and get to the center and the other paint and hook shot over you. Like Vucevic has an arsenal where he can also stretch the floor, though. That's another thing that Keita doesn't have. I feel like Keita is a very good rim runner. He's a great roller. He's a great lob threat, right? But Keita is who we all thought Robert Williams was supposed to be. Now, let's be real. We thought Robert Williams was going to be Keita. Robert Williams, the reason why we traded him was, one, he couldn't stay healthy. And two, I don't think he was as skilled offensively as Keita is. And obviously, I'm showing you guys the tiering comparisons. When you look at Rob Williams, then you go to Keita, then you go to Vucevic, you see the difference between the three and how much of a difference Vucevic makes out there, being a guy who can stretch the floor. He's not Kristaps Porzingis. Honestly, I think he's more effective for us than Kristaps Porzingis is, because
yes,
Porzingis can't stay healthy. Two, Porzingis liked to play out on the wing a lot. And the big thing with KP was he liked to play in the mid post. Vucevic can play in the mid post. He can roll, he can pick and roll, and he can play on the block and get his own shot. In the playoffs, that's going to be extremely valuable, especially when a guy like Jalen Johnson is going to be on Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown for a majority of the series if we have to play Atlanta. So a lot of these times we're getting killed on the glass. This is where I'm glad we gave Vucevic as much time as he needed, because Vucevic actually was supposed to come back last week. We gave him extra time. And that's because we've been winning games. So I think that a lot of this has to do with the fact that Vucevic is just, he's made such a big difference, dude. A huge difference as far as when he's out there on the floor, it gives defenses a whole different element. And he was ultimately, I felt like, the difference maker. And Jaylen Brown, I mean, 35 and 9, that's great. And but the thing is if you look at it here, it's right here. We can't have a guy have 4 assists. That screams to me that he was the highest assist leader on our team tonight. That's
really bad. Oh my God.
Shot chucking.
That's bad.
And that is a lot of why we got down in a hole the first, second quarter. Jaylen Brown, I love you to death. And I am going to the ends of the earth for this MVP shit for you, even though you're not. Honestly, he might win it. He depending on how everything shakes out, he might be the other front runner other than SGA. I mean, you could say Jokic, but they're gonna, if they decide voters fatigue, Jaylen Brown's the next up. Luka's not eligible. Cade's not eligible. Is Wemby playing tonight? I don't even know if Wemby's playing tonight.
I mean,
Ben, can you check it for me? Thank you.
They
Shout
did
out
not
to
play
producer.
tonight. No, they don't play tonight. They play tomorrow
Apparently,
versus the Blazers.
Wemby might miss.
Yeah, he's day to day.
He might miss that
He
threshold.
has a rib injury.
That 65 game threshold, bro. He might miss it, apparently.
And then Castle's also injured with a knee injury.
So it's like, yeah, I mean, they're saying that he's gonna play one of the last 3 games, but it's a rib injury and he's skinny as fuck. That shit's,
Didn't he
I don't
have
know.
blood clots last season?
Last season, yeah. But that's a result. That was a result of a medical issue. It wasn't a result of a basketball injury.
Sorry.
Yeah, I just think that tonight, obviously, we look at the box score here. I mean, we got killed on the glass to start the game, but we obviously, as you can see, we kind of evened it out. The problem I had was the amount of offensive rebounds they had. We neutralized that. They had, if I was not mistaken, in the first quarter, as I was watching, they had like 10 offensive rebounds in like the first quarter.
They still were doing good with it throughout the game, though.
They only got 4 throughout the game. I feel like what the Hornets did was they adjusted to us crashing the glass, and they got out on the break. That's a simple basketball concept. Like, a team's crashing the glass, right? You crash the glass with them, and it's a team full of young guys, right? Con Knipple, Brandon Miller, LaMelo Ball, Diabate, Bridges, all these athletic guys that like to run, especially Bridges. He likes to rim run. Knipple likes to get out there on the 3, and LaMelo Ball likes to facilitate and either go to the hoop and score or make a crazy pass, whether it's a lob or out to the 3. Like, I think they really buckled down and adjusted. And I mean, I think Miles Bridges is one of the most underrated basketball players in the league. I don't think it's talked about enough. He can create his own shot. He can post up. He can kind of shoot the 3 a little bit, maybe not as consistent as a Con Knipple or LaMelo Ball or Brandon Miller, but he can knock down a 3 if you leave him open. And he reminds me a lot of Kelly Oubre. That, like, they're very, very similar players. So I think that he's been a very, very, like, he's the glue that keeps them together, especially on defense. He normally goes out there and guards. He normally goes out there and guards the best player, typically often. So him putting up, I think he put up a double-double tonight, if I'm not mistaken. And I'll go back quickly to the box score to finish my point here. But yeah, he had a double-double tonight. 13 and 12, 4 assists.
Great game.
One turnover. He had the ball in his hands a lot. He was a -4, but that's what happens when you have to guard Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown all night. I mean, it's going to be hard to be a positive plus-minus guarding Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown all night. So, Grant Williams, I love to see that nigga fail. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You love to see it. A -13. A liability out there. He had a smooth 3 threes. So, who gives a shit? He played horrible. We was hunting him all night. Same with Con.
He's a weak link.
Con Knipple on def, and Con Knipple had a quiet night. He had 13 tonight. It was really,
which is good. It's good that we're shutting him down because he's like their number 1 guy to shoot threes or just like score.
Honestly, I would have rather him. I would have rather him get 30 instead of LaMelo Ball. Because the thing about LaMelo Ball is he gets into this rhythm where like you have to then he can bro. He's one of the best passers in the NBA. It opens up his whole entire other game, which is a reason why the game was so close. He was just facilitating.
I see what you mean.
We were running around chasing him off the 3-point line because he was 6 for 15 from 3, bro. I think he hit like 3 in the first 2 quarters. He hit like 3. So we were more focused on that. And I would rather a guy like Knipple, who he's not the main cog in the offense. He's probably, honestly, the secondary scorer just because Brandon Miller kind of hasn't been the secondary scorer. But as you can see, I mean, you can't even see his video. That was crazy. I mean, look at this. This dude is ridiculous, bro. Like,
I love their jerseys.
He just does shit like this. Like, you can't stop that. Like,
he just isolated himself completely from Derek White. Like,
you can't from 35 feet. Like, you just can't. You can't stop that. Like, even here, right? Like,
good pick.
How do you can't when he gets into that street ball mode and he just starts getting into that flow, like he's one of the best point guards in the NBA. The only thing is, bro, is he was just getting whatever he wanted. And this is obviously the beginning of the second half. So, but
no, I see what you mean by that though. I see what you mean.
Basically going into the third, he was just getting whatever he wanted. And I don't want to see a guy like Jalen Johnson get whatever he wants because Cade is going to be on Kuminga. He's going to be on Kuminga the entire time. That's if we play the Hawks, by the way. for everyone that's watching. That's if we play the Hawks. So I'm gearing up for us to play the Atlanta Hawks. And, I think overall, just going back to the box score, and then I'll let you guys go about the game. Going back to the box score here, I mean, in the biggest comparison too is points in the paint. Look at the difference for when Vooch is out there with Kata. There's a huge difference when he's out there with Kata. 32 points in the paint to them because they don't really have a big that they can go to down low.
No, they don't.
It's really guard and wing centric. So then you look at us where we have the guys down low, Garza, Kata, even Tatum. He can get to the Brown. These guys that can get to the paint and in the paint, as well as a guy like Pritchard and even White, they can get to the paint. So I think the biggest thing was our offensive efficiency tonight was very piss poor in the first quarter. But obviously, throughout the second quarter onto the game, we got better. And that's what you want to see. You want to see those types of things. And outshot him at the free throw line, outshot him from the three-point line. We made more threes and shot less than they did. So eventually, that tells me, too, because remember, we were looking at the stats for the first half. It was like 14-13 for threes.
Yeah.
And they had taken more than us. So we stopped shot chucking. That's really what it was in the second half. And that changes everything. And that's what
Which
makes
is pretty
Mazzulla
rare. It's pretty
That's
rare.
what makes Mazzulla a great coach, though. And we weren't in foul trouble. I mean, we're normally an aggressive team, but I mean, they got in foul trouble late in the game. And really, for the most part, man, it's really just the efficiency numbers. And I mean, we had the turnover numbers are almost the same. That's going to happen. Two teams that like to move the ball enough to a point, that's just going to happen. And the one thing I like about the Celtics is we can get up and down, though. That's the thing about us, is that even though we like to slow the game down, we can get up and down. So, shout out to the feed ads at the bottom. That shit is crazy. ESPN has to do something about that. I don't know why. That's just so weird. It's just so weird to me. But we'll start with you, Mr. Spike B. How'd you feel?
Fuck.
Yeah.
Anyway, great game overall. A great win to have, especially in the TD Garden versus possibly a playoff team. I love to see that. One thing you mentioned that I 100% agree with is the offensive rebounds that we let up, which is extremely bad, and we can't have that in the playoffs, especially if we play the Hawks, because if we let them have it, they are gonna kill us. But I think we're gonna definitely get that fixed out, so I'm not worried. Kata, your points are correct. I'm a huge fan of Kata. I've been since the off season. Amari could tell you guys.
Of course, me too.
His offensive game in the first half was actually really impressive. I think he had 12 points, 18 points, right?
He did, yeah. He had 12 points.
Yeah, you like to see that, especially from him.
Yep.
But obviously, Vooch being on the court does affect the Celtics gameplay overall on both ends of the court. So that's one thing. And another thing is, I'd like to see more playmaking, because we, like Amari said, we can't have just 4 rebounds. That is pretty bad if you're asking me. But other than that, I think we played great, especially in the second half. I don't mind the 20-point leads, but normally when we have them, the shot chucking definitely comes into play.
Increases, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't mind starting off from behind if we're gonna heat up. But other than that, that's all. I think we played amazing.
Absolutely. Tyler, how do you feel, I guess, about the playoff situation going into the playoffs? I mean, obviously the Celtics are kind of a clear second seed, but as far as what you've seen so far from, I guess, the Hornets, man, I mean, you're a Bulls fan, so obviously, unfortunately, there's not much for us to go into that in comparison. But as far as what you see from the Hornets, what did you like so far this year from them compared to last year? And where would you like to see your team improve, kind of the way they did?
So for the Hornets, I mean, honestly, I like that all their young talent is meshing well together. Khan, Brandon Miller had a big step this season. LaMelo Ball, it's good to see him play good while the team's winning. He's been there so long while they've been bad. It's good to see him finally get to play on a winning team that's most likely going to go to the playoffs. And honestly, it would be cool to see the Celtics and Hawks. I would love to see y'all be the second seed, them be the 7th seed, and y'all play this series out for 7 games. I think that would be really fun to watch in the playoffs in the first round. Celtics versus Hornets. As far as we go, I would love, I mean, if you want me to talk about it, we fired our GM yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, absolutely. Yep.
I mean,
I figured you were going to bring that up.
Yeah, I'm ecstatic about that because they were supposed to go a long time ago. You know, the young guys that we draft I wish we could get a Con Knipple. I wish we could get Brandon Miller, but no, we got Patrick Williams, who they re-signed for $90 million, who scores 6 points a game.
Bro,
But
he deserves $90 million. Trust.
$9 a bag of hot fries, bro. He's nuts. But I mean, yeah, it's on for as far as the Bulls go. We just need to reset. New general manager this offseason. Apparently, we're most likely keeping Billy Donovan, which I'm not against. I'm iffy on him, but I mean, we'll see how that goes. I just want to see us, draft guys and actually develop them. Buzelis looks good for us, but I mean, our last draft pick, Noah Asenge, didn't get to play much this season, so hopefully he takes the step next season. Whoever we get this draft, I would love for us to get a big man. We'll see where we end up picking. We'll see how the lottery goes. Hopefully it goes in our favor, but I would love for us to draft a big man. I wanted us to go get Derek Queen last year, but they thought otherwise. So, but I mean, yeah, it's pretty much a fresh start for us heading into next season, and hopefully we can be like the Hornets in a couple years because they're a really fun team to watch.
Queen with Giddey would have been crazy.
Yeah, Queen, Giddey, Buzelis.
That's a good start. Like right there, like Queen, Giddey, Buzelis, like that. And like I said, I don't think Buzelis is gonna be like a lot of comparisons to Cooper Flag. I don't think he's gonna be
too
Cooper
much.
Flag, but I do think Buzelis could be like
the
18, 5 and 5 guy every night.
For sure. I think so too.
I think maybe he could scratch 20, or maybe a couple of years in his career. Like he could probably scratch 20. He's got the skill set. He's got the intangibles, right? A lot of what basketball and football is about intangibles, right? Like how long your arms are, bro, how tall how high you jump. Like a lot of those intangibles, like he has those intangibles. So I think that the skills finally catching up throughout the year. You're kind of seeing it. I just feel like the expectation for him is so high, which it might work out, actually. The expectation for him being that high, it might work out for them. I actually don't believe in Billy Donovan whatsoever. I think you guys should go the Hornets route. No, I think you should go the Hornets route, right? Get a guy who was an assistant coach or a senior assistant coach from a winning organization and try and steal him away, give him a head coaching job, because what's the worst that could happen, right? The worst that could happen is you're scratching a play-in next year, kind of like the way the Hornets are. Like you bring in a new coach, kind of how they brought in a new coach in Charles Lee, which he came from our coaching staff, which obviously he won a championship with us. So that's the DNA in your coaching staff, that what people don't realize is the head coach doesn't do everything in basketball. He's more of the catalyst in terms of putting the whole cog together, but the assistant coaches are very important. And what a lot of people don't know is we have a coach on our roster named Emil Jefferson, right? That was Tatum's best friend in college. And he knows Tatum's game. He knows they were just very close when he was at Duke. And Tatum was the one that got him on the roster because he felt comfortable. I feel like Billy Donovan strikes me as a coach. He has a system. He's going to stick to it. He's going to do it. And he's not going to just bring in a guy because, he was so-and-so with friends. But I think Emil Jefferson is the biggest catalyst for what Jason Tatum is able to accomplish, along with his other trainer, the other trainer that we have on our team. I forget his name. It's like Kevin something. I forget his name. I'm blanking. But he's the short Asian guy you guys always see with Tatum, working out Tatum in the gym. He's cool. He's a good guy. I've met him in person in real life. He's a cool guy. He's a very good, and the coaching staff is very cohesive. So I think you guys just need more of a cohesive coaching staff. Right now, your coaching staff is a sum of a lot of parts that have been moving. There's just a lot of assistant coaches have moved, and I feel like you guys need a guy in there that's going to bring in his guys or bring in guys that he might be familiar with or know their system or might be familiar. I just don't think Billy Donovan has any guys with him that is familiar with his system enough with the roster you guys have, because the roster cohesion is the problem, the biggest problem. I think the second problem is really just getting a coach to get the guys to buy in. It's hard to buy in when there's no results. You're getting the same results. And honestly, not even the same results, because technically the Bulls kind of have regressed the past 2 seasons. They went from scratching the play-in, making the play-in, to now the last 2 seasons, like they got worse the year after that, and then they got worse again this year. So I would attribute a lot of that to coaching, because the roster isn't much different. I mean, they traded away Kobe White, but what they got in return was well worth it. I mean, well, the Jaden Ivey situation. No one saw that coming. I'm sorry. That's a situation like unfortunately, you can't even go back from that trade because you cut him. So now that money's owed at that point, and now you have to look in the draft at least to a point, and you gotta pray that they make the right pick this year. Not to say that Buzelis wasn't the right pick, he was, but you don't want another Patrick Williams situation. And I do think changing the coach would be a player would be a lot more inclined to stick to the development, and the players would be a lot more inclined to stick around if they saw that the development was actually working. And I think the regression after the development was going such a great place, then you guys got to the plan, and then all of a sudden it was like moving all these parts, and it was like, well, fuck, like you better hope that they actually are able to do the same thing. So it sucks to see that happening because I was actually really high on Kobe White being maybe like a third option, like a third best player on a good playoff team. I thought Kobe White could be that for what he was doing by himself, putting up 30 balls, 25 points a game at one point for a certain stretch at the end of that play-in season, right when he came back from injury. So I think a lot of what the Bulls need to do is just the core is there. It's just like I don't know what you're gonna do about that Patrick Williams shit. To be honest with you, that's one of those things you just don't see in basketball. Though you see that in football a lot, but you don't see someone just giving a $90 million contract to somebody and it just never gonna pan out. You never see that. So it's like it's a weird situation that they can't get out of, and they're gonna have to unfortunately eat that and build through the draft and or find a way to dump his contract to some horrible team. Send him to the Wizard. Nah, because
too much,
bro. Buying out. I don't know how much longer he has left on his contract, but
I think it's 3 more years.
Oh shit! No, you can't do that.
And remember, everything in the NBA is guaranteed, bro. There's no.
That's crazy.
Everything's guaranteed.
I actually have a comparison for the Bulls, and
okay,
because management's an issue, but it might be a reach, but I really think if the Bulls fix their management, it's kind of like a Buffalo Sabres situation because that team fixed their management, and now look at where they are. I might be wrong, but I think you guys can see the vision on where I'm going with this.
I think for them, it was the coaching change. Because
that's what I'm saying. If the Bulls could get like other assets with coaching, and maybe it could have somewhat of a benefit, maybe for years to come.
I think the Sabres did a good job building their team. Like
that,
the way that they built their team, it took them a while, but they always had the guys. And in hockey development, so basketball, it's a little bit different. Whereas like you're kind of when you're picked, where Buzelis was picked, and some of these other guys, like Buzelis has genuinely. Like he's lived up to almost everything damn near at this point. At least at this point. Now you just want to see him continue it. Whereas like hockey, it might take a few years for you to bloom. You might be in the wrong system. You might like it's a little bit different. Whereas basketball, you're more inclined to play when you're young, bro. It's just
right.
Hockey, you're less inclined to play when you're young. So in the NBA, there's a lot of pressure to be good right away when you're a rookie. And I think Patrick Williams. Like it was all well and good when they made the pick, and then it was like the contract. It's like, oh, they really believe in this guy, and then he robbed them. Like he pulled the bench. He low key robbed these niggas. Like I'm just gonna be honest, he low key robbed.
But do you see the direction I'm trying to go in?
Yeah, like, but I feel like the Sabres. It's similar in the fact that
they had the tools. They had the tools before like all of that. And it was just a GM change. But you see like what I'm trying to get at with it.
Yeah, because the Sabres at one point they were also promising a couple years. They were promising, but it was putting it together, and that's what it was. And I don't think 100%. The Blue Jackets they've always had management issues. I feel like they're always trading somebody or somebody else that's in. They're always trading somebody. Where I feel like the Sabres gave it time, like. The thing was, they learned. I think the biggest thing the Sabres learned was mishandling the Jack Eichel build around. That I think they learned from that. So they knew they couldn't do that again with guys like Alex Took, Malenstein, all these other guys, right? I think they realized that, oh shit, like we didn't build around him. And I feel like you gave Patrick Williams $90 million, but you didn't build around him. So I feel like that's where the similarity. that similarity comes from, which is a good pull. I don't think the Blue Jackets are a team that like they didn't do it the way they don't do it the way the Sabres kind of are doing it now and have done it.
Right.
They're continuously trying to bring in veterans and other guys around, which I get it. It sometimes it works, but it's in hockey and basketball, it's different. The 82 game season, like it's just very different. And the way you have to play for 82 games and all the other factors, it's a little different for baseball and football. So
yeah, I assume the Bulls have a first round pick, Tyler.
Yeah, we have one. We have one. Mm-hmm. Sure.
I'm sure that because this draft is really deep. I'm sure like that you guys are gonna make a good pick. I'm not worried about it.
I hope so. Yeah, it would be hard to mess it up in the issues because there's so much talent.
Dude, this year for like every sport, like draft wise, it's really impressive.
You guys want to know something crazy too?
Talk to me. Go ahead.
Really quick. So if you look at Jerry Reinsdorf, the owner of the Bulls and the White Sox, he's the one that is responsible for the financial decisions of the teams. He paid Patrick Williams $90 million, and he also made another choice. You know, Andrew. This goes back to the White Sox. Andrew Benintendi is our highest paid player ever. Just
that's crazy.
Something to think about. But yeah.
Wow.
What?
We're known as franchises that don't spend money. Don't spend $75 million on Andrew Benintendi, which is our highest ever, and then $90 on Patrick Williams, which sucks. Right. Honestly, I don't know if he would be good at my college. Basketball. Yeah. But yeah.
Guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Before we go, I just want to obviously show you guys this. Please go make an account on the website. All right? Go make an account. Tune in with us.
We have lots of blogs posted. We want you to see them.
Yeah, blogs. You guys can follow Tyler, everything. You guys can see it. So obviously, we're live. So you guys can literally go on the website. If you guys don't want to click the link in our bio, it's on the website. Just search BayStateMediaCollective.com or just search Bay State Media. It should come up on Google. First thing that should come up. You guys can go look at live scores of games. You guys can go look at final scores of games. It gives you the box scores here. Everything. So you guys can go look. You guys want to go see some music stuff, stay connected with the music stuff. I got all my concerts and tours here, amongst other stuff. You guys can see I just performed at Spotify, South by Southwest this past March. You can see this was awesome. The main stage, oh yeah, that shit was crazy, dude. Oh man, I can't wait to drop the YouTube video, guys. I can't. It's gonna be fire. But yeah, guys, go make an account. Join us. You guys can go look at your favorite team standings. It's all here. Stats, NFL, NBA. You guys get the updated stats by the second. Hey, need you guys to lock in, man. Please make some accounts. Interact with. Also, if you guys want to go follow whatever you guys want to follow the Bruins, right? Spoke to B Center. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
Go Spoke to B Center Academy. You feel me? Okay. You got some blog posts up, and you guys want to go follow Ben. Ben's Canadian ass in the background. Two, four first.
He's gonna get mad, bro.
It's not my fault. It's not my fault they stole. It's not my fault they stole Jamaican and UK accents.
Genuinely, bro. Nothing could be new in Canada. They can create anything.
Anyways, but last but not least, before we get out of here, you guys already know. You guys gotta go to the Chicago Zenith. Tyler's did a whole entire rebrand. Okay, go for everything Chicago. All your Chicago needs, please go make sure you tap in. And he's active on his blog pretty much every day, dude.
Yeah. I gotta make the ones for tonight, but yeah.
Make sure you guys go make an account because you guys can hit the like. You guys can also comment on these. You guys can comment on them. You know what I'm saying? Here, I'll show you. Let's see if it works, actually. I've never done this before. We're about to test run it right now. The Bulls are ass.
Yeah.
No, it does work. It does work. Okay, all right, Chad. Thank you guys for tuning in, man.
Don't delete that. Leave that there.
I'm going to delete that. It was a test. Love you guys, man. Thank you. Ben has a new article coming out soon, by the way. He's getting started on his Canadian stuff. He's getting in the groove. He's got a lot of prospect hockey stuff with Mr. Spoke Peace Center going on. So they're taking their time with their
huge
blog.
Collab post coming tomorrow. Collab post coming tomorrow.
Yes. Big collab post coming tomorrow. But thank you guys for tuning in, man. Love y'all, boys. We're going to see y'all tomorrow.